Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bocce Boys YouTube channel. It's a new day. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. We are filming this on Christmas. New mic. Got a new mic, so I'm not going to look like I'm laying in a plane all the time. It's going to actually be good quality here at the Bocce Boys. But Merry Christmas Day, Bocce Nation. We love every single one of you. Thank you for the support this past year. Continued support going to 2021. 2021 is going to be a big year for the Bocce Boys. We appreciate everyone who's been along for the ride. And all you bandwagons about to hop on because this plane is going up. That's for sure. But Bocce Nation, it's the NBA Christmas special. We're going to preview all the games. We're going to talk about opening night. We love you guys. But, Davis, you already know what I'm going to say. Roll that.
Yeah, hey, I'm in the field with the Tigers, then I dab on them like Sweeney. I run the back like a running back again, boy, I call that GG, yeah. Ooh, I've been eating with the Tigers, we've been feasting, yeah. All I wanna do is get my team some rings, man. I'm in the field with the Tigers, then I dab on them like Sweeney. I run the back like a running back again, boy, I call that GG, yeah. I've been eating with the Tigers, we've been feasting, yeah. All I wanna do is get my team some rings, man.
Davis.
Beef. Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, too. How are you? What'd you get? Santa be good to you?
I got a lot of Penn State stuff, man.
There you go.
It's absurd how much Penn State stuff I got.
Davis, I'm getting breaking news.
What is that?
There's been a report worldwide that a fat man dressed in red has been breaking into houses.
All right,
dude.
You didn't have to talk about yourself like that.
I appreciate that. But Davis, it's the NBA.
Yes,
on
it is.
Christmas. What's better than that? But
Nothing.
Before we get to the games today, I thought we'd talk about the opening night of basketball. And I'm not talking about Tuesday when the Nets and Celtics and all the, or the Nets and the whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Wednesday night, first full night of basketball. We already talked about, or Amir talked about the Sixers a little bit on yesterday's pod. Let's just give quick thoughts. I thought they looked good. I'm excited for the season. The Wizards are going to be a good team, but I think it was a good win.
Yeah, I thought it was a good win too. I'm not really too worried about it. Short off season for the Sixers, and we're getting right back in there. So I think Saturday's game against the Knicks will be interesting because obviously we should kill them. So I want to see a lot of guys start to pop off a little bit.
Oh yeah, it should be a good first game. But Davis, let's get to everyone else. It was a good first night in the league. Some cool games, some huge play for some smaller guys, including my guy, and I think our guy actually, RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett had 26 points, 3 for 3 from 3, 11, 15 from the field.
Yep.
He looked really good.
Yes, he did.
And I know the Knicks lost to the Pacers, and we played them on Saturday. But I think it was a good opening night from RJ Barrett. I think he has a bright future.
For sure. He's showing the Knicks why he was the second draft pick that year. And I'm really high on RJ, like you just said. A lot of people talk about how Tyler Hero is already better than him. That's cap, Ethan. That's totally cap. And RJ Barrett is playing with the worst team of the decade, probably. So I can't wait for him to start to ball out. Another guy I want to talk about, a little under the radar, Terry Rozier popped off. He had like 40 points. And if you want to talk about the other side of it, LaMelo Ball, 0 points.
He didn't play a lot, though. Let's give him a little bit of credit. I think he played like 15 minutes. And still, like, you should have scored a little bit, but 0 points. And I think he had like 3 assists. He didn't have the time to do what he wanted to do. But, hey, when your starting point guard, Terry Rozier, has popping off for 42, you put that rookie and you tell him to sit on that bench.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But the Hornets looked good-ish.
Yeah, they did.
I think they might be a good team. The Cavs had an impressive win. Give the Cavs some credit, and looks like that Sexton Garland backcourt like actually worked out because they put up a ton of points. And I mean, Sexton has been fine, but he put up 27 and 5 against the Hornets, and Garland had 22, 6 and 6. They look like they might be an actually good team. I mean, who thought this Cavs team would be good? But let me read their starting lineup. Sexton, Garland, Okoro, Drummond, and Larry Nance. That's solid starting 5.
That's solid.
Not bad. I mean, I don't think they're going to do a lot of damage.
No,
but
for sure.
Hey, you never know what can happen. You might catch some fire, might get that 8th seed. You never know.
Yep.
But let's go around the rest of the league. Let's
Hey,
talk about.
let me talk about a quick game real quick. Pelicans
Okay, no,
Raptors.
no, no.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm really high on the Pelicans this year, really low on the Raptors, and it really showed. The Pelicans beat the Raptors. I'm not really sure if it was actually an upset or not. I don't know who was favored in this game, but the Pelicans look good. I mean, Brandon Ingram was, he's
How
showing why.
about playmaker Brandon Ingram?
I know,
11
11
assists.
assists. I know. And then obviously Zion does his thing, 7-9 shooting. He's efficient. And the addition of Steven Adams might have been pretty under the radar this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he can be a big addition to that team, especially defensively. My most improved player, Jackson Hayes, 6 minutes, 0 points, 1 assist. He'll get there. That's why he's most
Not
improved.
a great start for your campaign.
He's gonna improve. That's the whole point of the award.
Yeah, he will. And that's the thing. But Brandon Ingram, 24, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Wow. Yeah. Brandon Ingram's having a great game. He was very efficient, 10 for 19 from the field, but also passing the ball a lot. You love to see that from a guy who has been touted KD. But the Pelicans, I'm starting to believe, Davis. Eric Bledsoe started also at 18 points and 6 assists. I mean, look at Lonzo, 4 for 8 from 3, 16 points.
JJ Redick told him to start shooting the ball over the offseason. He sees. And JJ Redick's a good shooter. He shot 6 of 11 from 3 that night. He
23 points for JJ. Yeah.
I mean, Lonzo, if he starts shooting the ball well like this, he could be a top-tier point guard.
We'll get that extension.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, the Raptors, I mean, they played fine. They clearly need a center or a big man. Aaron Baines. I know Aaron Baines has a huge following on Twitter, and there's that. I don't know if you've seen this, Davis. There's one guy on Twitter who's an Aaron Baines fan club.
Yep.
It's a very funny Twitter account if you want to go check that out, and I'm sure he's the biggest Aaron Baines fan in the world. But he did not play well, and the Raptors need a real big man because, I mean, they have a lot of talent, but talent doesn't mean anything if you have a glaring hole on the offense and defense.
Yep.
But let's go to the rest of the league. I mean, the Grizzlies and the Spurs. The Spurs beat the Grizzlies, but Ja Morant, 44 points. I mean, Ja Morant has the potential to be an MVP in this league. He can be a top 5 player in this league. He is insane. If he develops a jump shot, which he already kind of has, I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, he had 44 points, 9 assists, 18 for 27 from the field. Wow. Yep. Only 1 for 2 from 3. He doesn't shoot the ball a lot, but I mean, they look good. The Grizzlies could grab that 8 seed, but you got a lot of young guys.
Look, I think I don't want to jinx Ja because, we all know what happened to this guy, but I'm getting very big D-Rose vibes from Ja Morant.
Oh, D-Rose and like Russell Westbrook a little bit.
Sure. And especially looking at D-Rose, I mean, Ja doesn't seem very careless with his body, but we all saw how D-Rose would just slam the ball down, land on one leg. That's how he tore his ACL against the Sixers in the playoffs, actually. But I'm not saying Ja's going to get hurt, but I am getting very big D-Rose vibes that he is going to pop off, possibly win an MVP really soon, just like Derrick Rose did in his second year in the league. I don't know. I think he's a big young talent in this league, and I'm so excited to see what he can do. Coming from Murray State, that's awesome. That's a great story. Well, I got you. You're muted.
Sorry, someone called me. I just had to let them know that we're doing serious business right now.
Yes, we are.
Very serious business. But let's go to the other side. The Spurs, they look good. They have a lot of young talent, and they can finally maybe do something with this young talent. I mean, DeJounte Murray, he is going to be a star in this league. 21, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Yeah, he looks fantastic. But DeMar DeRozan, he's not going away either. 28, 9, and 9.
Yep. I mean, look, when you're
have the veterans, they have the young guys.
Yep. When your starting lineup is all getting 15 points per game, that's absurd. And your bench, you have Rudy Gay on your bench, Jakob Poeltl, and Patty Mills. I mean, that's a solid bench. I know they got Denny Vassell too. Was he a rookie?
Yeah, they just picked him up.
Right. I mean, this team is solid. They have potential, but the only reason I said I don't like them earlier is because of how old they're getting. I think Popovich is a big defensive guy, and I think the league is just turning into this, 3-point shot making crazy. Yeah. I mean, they only made 10 3-pointers. It was on good percentage. So did the Grizzlies, though. They only made 10, but that's even below average nowadays. It is making 13, 14, 15 threes. So if the Spurs can start to keep up with that, I think they definitely have a chance to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. And as you said, some of the guys are getting older, especially their coach, Greg Popovich. Who knows how many years he has left? I thought he might retire after last year because COVID was starting up, and you know, most of the guys from his prime as a coach are all gone.
Yeah.
I think Patty Mills might be the last guy as I'm looking at the roster.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it might be time to move on. Regardless, he's still here, but he's got a lot of talent to mold for whoever's going to take over. I thought we all thought it was going to be Tim Duncan, but I think he resigned earlier this year.
Yeah.
Weird,
Yeah.
but
It could be that girl. I know that girl is a big part
Becky
of that.
Hammond, yeah.
Yeah, she's a big part of that organization.
But Pennsylvania product, Reading, Lonnie Walker. He played pretty well. 16 points, 3 for 4 from 3. I mean, we all know about his hops. He can jump out of the gym.
Yep.
I mean, the Spurs look good.
He's not a guy who usually shoots the ball very well either.
No.
So if he can start to get that shot going, like I said, man, these Spurs can look dangerous. And especially DeMar DeRozan isn't a guy who shoots threes. He didn't take a single three, but he was 14 of 15 from the line. That's a cool like 97%, 96%. Yeah. So if the Spurs play efficiently like they did against the Grizzlies, they have a chance to make the playoffs.
Let's talk about another good young team, the Atlanta Hawks.
They got their dub.
This is going to be the last team before we get to the NBA preview, by the way. 37 points for Trae Young, 5 for 6 from 3, 10 for 12 from the field.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's efficient, man. That's efficient.
That is efficient. 37 points, 7 assists,
right there.
6 rebounds. Yes. The Hawks, they have the talent to get to the playoffs. I said it. I'm marking it down. Bet it if you got to. The Hawks are going to make the playoffs. I wouldn't count out them winning a series either. Let's relax a little bit. They've only played one game, but
Christmas, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah, no, it is. But let's look at the talent. I mean, Danilo Gallinari, he can still ball. Let's not forget that. He's getting up there in age for sure. But 13 points, 4 for 6 from the field. That's pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Not too bad. They also have John Collins, another guy who can jump out the gym, super athletic. DeAndre Hunter, great.
Yeah.
Athletic, defensive playmaker. But also Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish.
Our own from West Town.
Yeah, he has a lot of talent. He can shoot the ball, and he's super athletic. They just have a bunch of athletic guys. They also have Bogdan Bogdanovic and Kevin Huerter. Your guy, Kevin Huerter from Maryland.
Yeah, man, 2 great shooters.
Yeah, they have the talent to get there. They just need someone young, and they're missing Rondo still. They're missing Capella still. I forget who they are. They're missing Onyeka, whatever the guy they picked up.
Congo, their rook.
So I think if everything comes together, watch out for the Hawks.
I agree. I think they definitely have a good chance to start to pop off a little bit. And in the coming years, they're probably the team that's on up the most, in my opinion. Them and maybe the Grizzlies. There's a lot of teams you can throw in there, but the addition of some of those older players that can mentor, like Rondo and Bogdanovic, I think that's going to be a great fit for them. And even having Clint Capella with Okongwu, their play styles are almost exactly the same. So it's going to be really exciting to see what these rookies and younger players can do in the future.
Also, sleeper for most improved player, Trae Young. He might average 30 plus a game.
Sure.
Like around 10 assists. I would not count that out. And if he's putting up those numbers, he definitely deserves most improved player.
100%.
It's only, like we said, only game 1 in the books. Davis, is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we move on to NBA Christmas?
Look, Christmas basketball. And not only Christmas basketball, let's not forget, we got NFL today. Like we have everything today.
We do.
It's awesome. Yesterday, I feel like we were deprived. We didn't have Thursday night football.
Yeah.
We had no NBA basketball, not a ton of good college basketball. We did have Hawaii upset Houston in the New Mexico Bowl yesterday, which
everyone was watching.
I had that on the books. Come on, man. Hawaii money line was free money. But look, let's get right into it, man. Christmas, it's the season. 'Tis the season. Let's get merry about this. We got the Pelicans and Heat. This is at noon. This is in 7 minutes, Ethan.
I'm excited. Let's
get our picks in. We'll get our picks in for the day. Who do you got winning this game?
Pelicans, Heat. I like the Pelicans. I think the Heat, they started off rough. They lost game 1 to the Magic. And watch out for the Magic. They got a lot of young talent, and they're finally starting to put together. Also, Markelle Fultz.
I guess.
Got the contract. He hit 16 points. He played pretty well. But anyway, the Heat, I think they're a good team. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to be NBA Finals contenders again. I think that was kind of like a bubble spark. It was just the right combination at the right time.
Yep.
And That's what can happen in the NBA. Any team can catch fire, can gel together, and it can
Right.
happen. But
Right.
I don't
I
think
totally
it's going
agree.
to happen consistently. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got the Heat winning tonight. Eric Spoelstra, 7-0 on Christmas as the Heat
Mhm.
coach. He's gonna make it 8-0. I mean, that streak is too good to pass
Wow,
up this
actually, I
year.
didn't know that.
I just saw it on ESPN this morning. Actually, I liked it a lot. But either way, like I said, the Pelicans are on the up. I really like them this year.
Yeah.
But I just think the Heat, they're coming in hot. They're coming in with a lot of fire right now because they lost the championship only
lot of
like
heat?
80 days ago, 90 days. It wasn't even that
Mhm.
long ago.
No, it was not. It was
I think they're
short
coming in.
offseason.
They're coming in with some heat. So I'm taking the Miami Heat.
I think regardless of what happens, I'm taking the Pelicans. I think Zion's going to have a big game. I think he's going to have a huge game. He didn't do a lot because Ingram was catching fire, but watch out for Zion today.
Another topic. I think Butler could possibly stop Ingram a little bit, and I assume Butler would be the one on Ingram, but I don't know who the Heat would have at power forward. They maybe James Johnson. I don't know. They have some other guys, but
James
you're
Johnson.
right. I think Zion could be a guy that pops off today.
Maybe Mo Harkless.
Mo
I think it'll
Harkless.
be Mo Harkless.
Interesting. I haven't heard that name in a while.
He got signed by them, and he played like I thought I saw his stats, but his BAM stats. He played like crap. He had 3 points.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
we'll get Bam on Steven Adams, so we'll see probably the most defensive center matchup of all time.
Oh my God, yeah. Let's move on though. Warriors Bucks. I think this is going to be a slaughter. I think I like the Warriors still. I think they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're like a top tier team. I think they're totally different without Clay and Draymond. I don't know if Draymond's playing, but regardless, yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks. I think the Bucks probably should have beaten the Celtics the other night, and they probably definitely would have beaten them if they went to overtime because Giannis missed those free throws.
Yep.
But I think the Bucks are going to kill the Warriors. And I think the Bucks are going to be good. Drew Holiday looks like a good fit on those Bucks team and allows a little bit more spacing for Middleton and Giannis to do them. And while that's happening, Drew Holiday had 25 points against the Celtics.
Right.
But
I totally agree, man. I think the Bucks are the free money today. If you were going with a lock team to win, it's 100% has to be the Bucks. They also, we're talking about how the Bucks are so good and how the Warriors struggled against the Nets. Let's not forget, Drew Holiday is a great matchup for Steph Curry, I think. I mean, a defensive presence, he's able to guard on the perimeter, So I do think, not having Klay Thompson is going to definitely hurt them in games like this where they're playing really good teams. So I'm definitely picking the Bucks to win by more than 10. So I think they're going to cover.
Yeah, I think when Drew Holiday didn't make an all defensive team last year, I think he was Steph Curry's one of those guys that was like, hey, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
Right.
So seems enough. But let's move on. My game of the day, the Nets and the Celtics. I think this is going to be really close. I think both teams could win. And we're kind of seeing the past versus the present versus the future. Tatum versus Durant.
Yep.
Jaylen Brown versus Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
It's a lot of talent on both these teams. I think Jason Tatum. I mean, I love Jason Tatum. He should have been a Sixer. I mean, we say it with like a lot of players, but
right,
he probably should have been a Sixer if we picked well that year. But we got Markelle Fultz.
It happens.
Anyway, stuff happens. I think Jason Tatum might be an MVP front runner this year. I'm just saying. I think he plays really well.
No, that's a hot take, and I agree. I would agree with it.
But also, I think Kevin Durant is gonna go on one last hot run. He didn't play terrible the other night, but 22 points, not bad. Kyrie Irving looked good.
And he only played like 28 minutes. So
yeah, no, he didn't play a lot.
If he starts upping his minutes a little bit, he's going to get some more points. I think Kevin Durant is also a guy that should be in the MVP talk this year.
Oh yeah,
Kyrie, that's a great matchup, and guys are going to be doubling both of them, so someone's going to be open on the floor. You got great shooters and Joe Harris, and so
Karis LeVert,
another great player in my opinion. He played really well in the bubble. I like the Nets today too. I think the Celtics, you're right, they are the future, and Jason Tatum is the future, possibly even of the NBA. But
also Jaylen Brown. Let's give Jaylen Brown some love. He's good.
I'm not as high on Jaylen Brown, but if he can get that shot going, which is he's trending that way. He came into the league not a big shooter. No. Now he's starting to shoot a lot more.
Absolutely not.
But I got the Nets winning today.
Yeah, no, I would take the Nets and. Jaylen Brown was fine, 33 points the other night, but he's 3 for 8 from 3-point range. If you can just
Which is good. That's not bad. That's
no,
not
it's
bad.
not bad.
No, he's getting attempts, but hey, let's talk about Christmas miracles. I'm taking the Mavs over the
Oh
Lakers
yeah, me too.
today.
Me too.
Taking the Mavs. Look,
Actually,
the Lakers are a team. They have not had much rest. They don't care anymore. Look at the playoffs this year. There's not going to be any fans in these playoffs, so the seeding doesn't really matter that much. Probably not.
I mean,
Probably
there
not.
might be fans by the time the playoffs are around.
Possibly. Well, I mean, we'll
Possibly.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, the Lakers, they don't care about the first 10 games of the season this year. They know they are good enough that they will make the playoffs, and they think they're good enough that they'll get a top 3 seed. That's all that matters to them. I'm taking the Mavs today. They are fighting for exactly what the Lakers want. They're fighting for a top 3 seed this year, which I think they could get. I think they're good enough. They could get it. They're coming in with a lot of fire. They lost on opening night.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna take the Lakers. I initially was like, yes, the Mavs versus the Lakers, Mavs, 100%. I think it's a good matchup. But excuse me. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves like we did last year. The Clippers won opening night just like they did last year, and everyone overreacted. But let's relax. The Lakers are still good. It was the opening night. LeBron did look a little old during that game. He had one drive to the rim and he jumped to dunk it, and I was like, I've never seen LeBron not like elevate. That was
Right.
It was a little weird, but I'm not gonna hate. I think the Lakers are gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think the Mavs could win it still, definitely. But I'm gonna take the Lakers. Let's talk about the Mavs real quick. They had a tough loss to the Suns. Tough loss. Like the Suns are gonna be really good this year, so let's not like ding them a little bit. But the Mavs are gonna be a good team. Luka still had 30. He still was a very productive playmaker. He's missing Kristaps too, but yeah, the Mavs are gonna be good as long as they get Kristaps back and everything rolls into the right way. Just like Josh Richardson's jumper. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Talk about a toilet shot. It went in and out, around and around like 4 times.
Very cool. I did see that. I did see that actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's absurd.
But it looks like Chris Paul and Devin Booker are going to be a good duo in this league for a couple of years. But in the meantime, Mavs, they're going to be a good team for the future.
I mean, they got some great playmakers too. I mean, they have guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, a guy who can shoot. Tim Hardaway, Knicks legend over there in New York, Madison Square Garden. They got some guys off the bench: Willie Cauley-Stein, Maxi Kleber, Trey Burke, a guy that I saw at Lifetime Fitness the day the Sixers got him last year. I saw him hooping a little bit. May have took him on. No, I didn't. But I just saw him walking out after I was working. But
yo, Trey Burke, it's Davis.
Hey, you know me, right? Bocce boys.
I love. I got this from Barstool, but you just go up to the famous guy and be like, "Hey, it's nice to see you again."
That's funny.
Yeah, so yeah.
Love the Mavs, and I love the Lakers. 2 great teams. So either way, this is probably my game of the day.
Yeah, I think this game and the Nets Celtics game will also be. I think it'll be 2 good games. And some of the last game of the night, the Clippers and the Nuggets. I'm taking the Clippers. The Clippers are going to kill the Nuggets. I think they're going to be pissed off and think they should have beaten the Nuggets in the conference semifinals last year to play the Lakers. I don't know how the Clippers don't come out and want to rip their hearts out. I think it'll be a good game still, but I got the Clippers.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Clippers, and I do think they're going to cover by 2.5. I totally agree with what you're saying. I think Paul George is getting too much hate. I think he was getting too much hate over the offseason. He signed that. Look, he signed that contract, and everyone was like, playoff P, all this. Let's not forget, he came in 3rd in the MVP voting 2 years ago. Nothing big has changed, and now he has Tyronn Lue as his coach. So basically, he has nobody as his coach. He's just out there balling.
I don't know if you saw that clip of him on All the Smoke where he was like, Doc was making me play like just as a shooter, like Ray Allen or I don't know why he was like making these comparisons, but he said that he didn't like the role he was in with the Doc Rivers offense, and I kind of brushed off. I was like, whatever, Paul. But seems like he has a better role after one game. I know, just
totally agree. And they beat the Lakers, and Kawhi was basically a no factor. He was a no show. No. So I think
George won it.
Yeah, if Kawhi shows up tonight, just like Paul George did, I think the Clippers could absolutely hammer the Nuggets.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Clippers. I think it'll be a good game. And my most improved player pick, Mr. Michael Porter Jr., started well for his campaign. I know they lost to the Kings in kind of shocking fashion, to be honest. Buddy Hield, or I thought the Sixers were going to get all offseason. They hit a nice little tip in the end. But Kings also watch out for the Kings. I think they're going to be good this year. But Michael Porter Jr., 24 points, 9 for 15 from the field. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be the sixth man that people thought he was going to be because he started opening night. But most improved player campaign, it's looking good for me so far.
Yeah, I agree. And the only reason I wouldn't put him in most improved is because he didn't get a ton of minutes last year. So like, this is almost like his rookie year. But
yeah, I feel that.
He's definitely still a candidate for the most improved player. But I would like to see someone more that struggled last year instead of just didn't play.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand that. Yeah.
But Michael Porter Jr., another guy, I think he's going to possibly be the face of the NBA real soon. He could hit – this Nuggets team could be scary with the Joker at center, who's, sorry Sixers fans, but he's the best center in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I have to agree.
You got Jamal Murray.
Pissed off about that, but –
yeah, and you got Jamal Murray, a guy who popped off in the bubble. And obviously Michael Porter Jr., that could be a threesome you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Nuggets, but tonight it's going to be all Clippers. But Davis, is there anything else? Oh, let's do a little NFL pick. You want to do an NFL pick?
We got some football on tonight, man. We got Friday night football. So this is the first year in NFL history, 101 years, I'm pretty sure, that there's been a NFL football game on every single day of the week.
Wow, that's an interesting stat.
Now we've got Friday.
So, unfortunately, the Saints and the Vikings play at 4:30, which is right before the Nets-Celtics game at 5. It's going to be tough for them to give viewers, I think. It's NBA. The NBA just started. It's Christmas. People watch NBA on Christmas usually. But I think this will be a good game. Saints and the Vikings is always interesting when they play each other. That's for sure. Yep. I'm going to take the Saints, though. I think the Vikings are done in their playoff hopes. I think the Cardinals pretty much are about to wrap up that wild card in the NFC. But, I think the Saints are going to win, and I think Drew Brees is going to have a game where it's like, all right, Drew Brees is good again. Like, let's all relax.
I was literally just going to say the same thing. I think Drew Brees is going to come out. He's going to come out with some fire. Losing to the Chiefs, he struggled in those first 3 quarters. He came back and brought him back in the fourth, but a lot of Vegas did not like him as they ended up pushing, I'm pretty sure, in there.
Vegas doesn't know anything.
Yeah, Vegas knows something. Vegas knows a little something. You know what I mean?
They know a little bit about making money.
But I agree. I got the Saints. Vikings, I think they're on the downfall. They won 4 games in a row, or they were 4-1 in their last 5 games before last week. I don't know. I think that this is their time to struggle. And, not to be a little biased, I'm in our fantasy championship. We all know this. Ethan knows this for sure. I'm playing against Dalvin Cook today. So I'm really, really looking to see the Saints run defense pop off, even though they didn't against the Eagles.
Did you see yesterday's podcast? I formally accepted defeat.
Did you? I didn't.
I was in the mirror.
We have our Christmas Eve with my dad's family, so I was there all day.
I left in the middle of my party and was just like, let me hop on real quick.
Nice.
But let me say it again for you. I lost. I talked too much. I'm sorry. But I would like to also formally apologize publicly. But congratulations on your win.
Thank you, sir. Give me some. Give me some.
Yeah. I hope you lose, though. I'm rooting for Marty. I hope he whoops you.
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't want you to win.
What happened to keeping it in the conference?
I don't care anymore. I can't have you win again. You won the last 2 years, and I'm ready for a new champion, so I can whoop Marty. And then I'm the uncrowned champion because my running backs were out, and I beat Marty in the regular season. So
that's true. Hey, set your lineup up, and we'll see if Marty puts up a bad week. Let's see if you beat Marty in points. Actually set your lineup this week. I
did.
All right.
What sucks is Akers is hurt and McCaffrey's not playing again, and I just put Zeke in. I don't even know if Zeke's gonna play.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping for third place.
Your guys just got a little hurt too early. You know what I mean? Or a little too late. I mean, my guys got hurt too early. I had Eckler go down in week 3. And I also got hurt.
McCaffrey come back for 1 week, and then he got hurt for the rest of the year. He had 27 points in the game. He came back.
I know.
The Chiefs.
I'm not trying to call myself the GM of the year, but the amount of injuries I had.
The GM of the year.
Look at the injuries that I had. I had
Mixon and McCaffrey are out all year.
Gibson, Gaskin, Eckler, Odell went out too.
I picked up Higgins. I picked up Akers. I got Ezekiel Elliott, Mike Davis.
Antonio Gibson was the draft.
Corey Davis. Get out of here. I was GM of the year. We should do that, by the way. We should have a GM of the year vote. We should honestly do that.
I'm down.
I mean, I think everyone would just vote for themselves, but I think that's a
no,
tough.
we should do. You can't vote for yourself for sure. You know, you already know Max is gonna win. No one's gonna. Everyone's gonna just vote for like who actually was the worst GM of the year.
All right. Well, Davis, it was good talking to you on Christmas. NBA.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to all my Gentiles out there. Amir texted us this morning. Was like, I don't know what you Christians do for Christmas, but have fun eating ham. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, we're big
Merry
steak
Christmas.
people at the Heckmans.
Yeah. Steak, a little bit of meat, can't go wrong. Merry Christmas to everybody. Go open those gifts. Get a nice cup of hot chocolate. Sit down. Watch some NBA basketball.
Yes, sir.
Watch Nation, we love you. Merry Christmas. We'll have a show before the new year. We love you guys. Davis.
Peace out.
Roll it.
Yeah, hey, I'm in the field with the Tigers, then I dab on them like Sweeney. I run the back like a running back again, boy, I call that GG, yeah. I've been eating with the Tigers, we been feasting, yeah. All I wanna do is get my team some rings, man. I'm in the field with the Tigers, then I dab on them like Sweeney. I run the back like a running back again, boy, I call that GG, yeah. I've been eating with the Tigers, we been feasting, yeah. All I wanna do is get my team some rings, man.
Also, shout out to the Mac Bros for the song, and we will be collabing with them more soon. That's all I got to say.